Soludo triumphs in Anambra as ADC observers decry vote buying. And of course, you have the infographic. Vanguard is always known for, Guardian is always known for that, of the results. Soludo Abga, 422,644 winner. APC's candidate, 99,445 votes. YPP, who came third, 37,753 votes, where ADC, PDP, and Labour Party, of course, you know where they ended up. In row 10, as the footballers would say, in row 10. Okay, and finally, from today's The Nation, my victory means elections getting better, says Soludo. My victory means elections getting better, says Soludo. Tinubu, his re-election statement, or testament rather, to visionary leadership, governors hail deserved victory. Dr. Dahiru, do you agree with all that has been said about the Anambra elections? What are your personal views on what happened on Saturday?
Okay, Anambra is like my own state as well, because I grew up in that state in the 80s. And whenever I follow the politics of Anambra State, it brings some nostalgic feelings. And I can relate with the pattern of campaigns, even the tantrums, you know. And so it's always very exciting for me, really, to follow Anambra politics. And let me say this, yes, it was predictable. I mean, everybody could see that Professor Charles Soludo, the incumbent governor of Anambra State, dominated the entire space. And he began his first term, from the very first day in office, with a mindset, with a consciousness that he'll be seeking re-election. So Soludo resumed office the very next day he was inaugurated and went to Boko, a slum settlement in Anambra, around Onitsha area, and began his work from there. So the truth is, the guy actually hit the ground running. And he was able to confront insecurity headlong within the limited capabilities of his state government. You know, he doesn't have his own police, doesn't have his own armed security services. But at least philosophically, he was able to convince, he began the message of turning the minds of his own people away from tendencies of separatist agitations that was relied upon, taken advantage of to cause mayhem and insecurity in the state. And he did that brilliantly well. And he has brought some level of modesty to the seat of governance in that state. From his dressing, you know, these things matter. From his dressing to the use of innocent vehicles, and the fact that he's done quite well in terms of provision of infrastructure, road infrastructure, and other things. If you look at his financial management, the prudence of his financial management, level of prudence, is consistent with other governors, beginning from Peter Obi to the man who succeeded Obi. I've forgotten his name.
Obiano.
I've forgotten his name now. Obiano, and to Soludo. And also, their hands-on approach to security management too has been consistent. So what Soludo has done is that he has consolidated on the culture, the governance culture of Abga in that state, that delivers basic services to the people. And so the people have decided to stay with that which they know. And Soludo may not have been able to fulfill all of his promises in his first term, but you can actually agree with me that it has been work in steady progress all through. And so he deserves this victory, and the conduct of this election is an improvement upon what we've seen in the past. And I hope and pray that INEC and other stakeholders will sustain this level of performance and improve upon it. I watched the campaigns very well. Soludo went from community to community, campaigning with the achievements he has on ground, while also making promises on the spot to do things that has not been done with specific timelines. And most importantly, sir, Soludo's enemies, Soludo's rivals, can accuse him of every other thing, failing to turn Anambra to Dubai in 4 years and all other things. But nobody has, throughout the campaign, nobody has accused Soludo of corruption and financial recklessness. That is something to take away in Nigerian politics. Nobody, not even his fiercest critics, have accused him of corruption. None. And I've looked at Soludo's project and the bill of quantity, the contract sum. It is quite very modest, very realistic.
Oh, really?
Despite yes. You see, he's got some level of financial prudence that is quite something to study, something to appreciate, really.
Wow, really?
In the management of the resources of other people. Yes, he's done that.
Interesting.
I've looked at it. He's very prudent. And as a person, as a governor, he has simplified. He has reduced the aura, the mysticism around the office of the governor. So you see him in his native attire,
simplicity,
looking as common, as ordinary as the person is leading.
Dr. Majeed Dahiru, that sounds familiar. It sounds familiar.
Yes.
When it comes to Anambra State, it sounds familiar.
That's what I'm saying.
I wonder if he has only one shoe.
I don't know. But P2B was like that. Obiano was like that to some extent, but Soludo has actually been more of that.
Really?
Why we are saying it?
Dr. Majeed Dahiru, I need to take you back. You're saying
yes,
Soludo has been more of that to an extent than Obiano and Obi?
Let's say more of like Obi. Obiano was a little bit more sophisticated, though. Obiano is a guy man, an American.
Yes.
But even at that, he still tried to maintain that sanctity of the contract, social contract that ABGA entered into with the Anambra people that has sustained support for them. So in terms of security, Obiano was a first-class governor. First class. He was a welfareist too.
Yeah.
But Obiano, Soludo, has also sustained his hold of security management, as difficult as it is, but he's doing his best, while also maintaining that simplicity of Obi as governor. You see, we are saying this because we want other states to emulate this. We want people to know that you can be re-elected as a governor with a wider margin on the strength of your performance. So rather than stacking money to buy power, if you deploy it for the people and perform, it will be cheaper for you to get re-elected. Now, during the elections, electoral campaign, I saw him going from community to community and receiving donations from town union associations, from stakeholders of some of the communities, which indicates that, okay, there's a new style of politics that Anambra has shown us. We are, rather than the governor giving money to people, it is the people giving money to the governor to say, we are doing well, and we need to sustain the power to continue to do well. So we have donated such amount for you as your campaign expenses. That was a beautiful sight to behold. It was good optics for our democracy. And I hope and pray that the lessons to be learned from here is that when you perform, when you are hands-on, when you are there for the people, can be there for you. That is the simple logic of democracy. That is the true beauty of democracy. Meaning, you don't have to do anything so extraordinary. Just fulfill the campaign promises you made and try and also make sure you meet your own part of the social contract you enter into with the people by delivering good governance. Dr.
Dahiru, we have a lot of people who are interested in Anambra politics who are listening to us this morning. They call our programs regularly. Can you see me, sir? I wonder if you can see me.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Oh, all right. So, I just want to ask you: you're saying that Charles Soludo earned his victory by his performance?
He did.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I want you to give us an analysis between Soludo as governor and P2B as governor in terms of not just prudence but performance. You know Anambra very well. You said it, so you're in a good position.
Yeah, of course.
To give us analysis.
Okay. What the common denominator between the two gentlemen is the delivery of public service, basic public service, education, healthcare, rural and urban road infrastructure, prompt payment of salaries without overtaxing the people, putting too much of tax burden on the people. So for instance, Anambra does not always rank very high in terms of IGR. It's not because the governors cannot impose heavy tax on the people.
But it's
because they kind of give some relief prudently. So moderate tax rate. When Soludo came in, he abolished some of these taxes on the lower rung of the ladder, the taxi drivers, the Okada riders, He kind of eliminated such levies and taxes on them. So Anambra may not rank very high in terms of IGR. That is because the governors are not levying so much of taxes on their own people. It's like a form of relief for them to say, look, retain some of this money so that your life can better. While the little we have from you, we prudently manage because we don't have intention to steal your money. So the high level of integrity is also a common denominator between Obi's time and Soludo's time. Like I said, not even in the media have we had scandalous reports of financial malfeasance against Professor Soludo and his government. We've not seen emergency billionaires springing up in Anambra State. So both of them, they've kind of, it's like a repeat of, the Obi era with a bit of the Obiano era, particularly in terms of security management. So Anambra people, for a long time, are going to likely stick with ABGA if this trend continues. And if Soludo is able to bring a successor too, that can also consolidate on what he's done, like he has done on his predecessors, and improve a bit on it as they go forward, I think Anambra would have been an example of how states can take their own destiny into their hands when they rejected the PDP as far back as 2003 to adopt a party that they can call their own.
Dr. Dahiru, you've given me a political answer. I'm going to come back to you. Who performed better? Looking at Soludo's performance so far and Obi's performance, who performed better in your analysis or your view?
Like I said, both of them performed well according to their own priorities of development.
Dr. Dahiru, the word here is better.
You can't tell until Soludo runs out his own 8 years as well. Because don't forget that the time Obi was leaving, the icing on the cake of his own administration, his performance, was that his financial prudence was evidenced by the savings he left behind. So we're going to watch and see if Soludo too can also leave some savings behind and not debt, then we would have known who performed better than the other. So we still have 4 years for Soludo to also improve on his current performance, particularly, like I said, when Obi was leaving, unlike other states that leave debts behind, Obi left a healthy bank balance for his successors. So we want to see if Soludo's financial prudence, financial management skills, and proper utilization of state resources is also going to result into leaving behind some savings and not debt for the successor.
All right.
That then will not be in a better position to judge between the two.